I am Atiya Stevenson. I am a former client of Harford Family House. Thank you for having me on today. So in 2000 and I'd say, what was it? 14, I had went through a divorce and I had lost my home, my job, my car. I remember the dates as if it were yesterday. May 16th, I lost my job. May the 20th, I had to move out of my home. And then May the 26th, I heard the chains coming to repossess my car. And at that point, I felt like I had nothing tangible left, right? And you have nothing to lose, right? And it was almost like one of those whatever it take moments. So I knew that I needed to do something because I had three children, right? That were looking at me. Stating, like, what are we, going to do? And so I found myself having to do something that I never intended or thought that I needed to do. But when you get in situations and circumstances, and like I always say, you should never say what you'll never do because you never know where life will bring you, right? I got a call from one of the case managers and she said, would you like to come in for an interview? And I said, well, I was just 50 on the list, right? And so I go from number 50 to, having an interview in less than 2 weeks. So that was the first miracle. It was just like, yes, okay, wonderful. And so I really didn't know a lot about Harford Family House. I knew that it was for families. And what I loved about it was that it just didn't cater to single mothers and children because you have families that go through homelessness as well, and I really feel like the face of homelessness has changed. It's not only those living under a bridge. And I say it all the time. Anyone, I would never have imagined that I would have had to go through something like that and that would be a part of my process. But now that I'm on the other side of it, it's like it was necessary for my process. So I go into the interview and, all the paperwork and everything. And she said, well, okay, are you ready to see the space? I said, of course. So she took me to see the space. So she had a key and she was taking the key to enter into like what it looked like an apartment. So I'm thinking to myself, okay. I still didn't know what to expect. So I walk in, Maria, I walk in and I literally see a fully furnished 2-bedroom apartment. And even as I'm talking now, it was like you have no idea the space that I was in. Mind you, I had just lost everything while going through a divorce. A part of me was like, I really didn't want to share space, but whatever it was that I needed to do, I was willing to do. And so when I walked in this apartment, it was fully furnished, a cupboard full of food. I didn't have a job. Cupboard full of food, fully furnished apartment, 2-bedroom apartment. And I looked at her and I said, this is the space? And she said, yes. And so it was Harford Family House. And I always say it was like a guardian angel that was really there for a time in my life. It acted as a bridge from one place of my life to transition into it. I was in Harford Family House over the holiday, over both Thanksgiving and both Christmas. Still really didn't have, I was doing odd jobs, with temp services and things of that nature. And when I tell you the sponsorships that the people just poured in, I mean, for Thanksgiving, I mean, more than enough for, turkeys and just all the sponsors, dressings, everything you could think of. And then Christmas time, I was actually blown away. I mean, I remember we went to a holiday party at a bank and they closed the entire bank. And it was for Harford Family House. And I mean, you were able to get gifts, you were able to choose whatever you wanted. They had meals. And then we had a wish list. So they're like, come and get the wish list. And I'm like, okay, so cool. For my children, this is perfect. And then on the wish list, what is it that you would like? And it was just amazing. And I mean, just the gifts and the love and the resources that were available. I mean, the computers, anything you needed to help get you back onto your feet. That's what Harford Family House is.